Well, my husband Bob and I realized that God was calling us to something. We knew there was a sense and a spirit going on at the time. And one day we had a very profound, dramatic, and unique call. And as the result of that, we understood that the call was to be together, that our ministry was to be co-joined, that we were to always be together in whatever we did. And so we've been co-pastors for many years. We also realized that at the end of our ministry, or at the end of part of it, that we would take a slightly different path. And so now I'm retiring, and I suppose that is part of the understanding of the call in the direction that it went. One of the most funny things that has happened to me, and it wasn't so funny at the time, but we had a young man come down the aisle of the church. Church had already started, and he sat on the inside corner of the aisle, the middle aisle, to sit with his family on the very first pew. It was my turn to preach, and I stepped up to begin preaching. And as I got started, he pulled out a map, and he began to unfold the map, one fold after another, until it was completely open. But then he had it upside down, so he had to turn it around. And he found whatever he was looking for after a while. And then he began to fold it back up. And of course, it didn't fold exactly correctly. And so it had to be refolded 3 or 4 times. So all of this is going on. And I'm sure that before it was all over, I was as distracted as the rest of the congregation. One of the things that has stuck with me is that as you look out over the congregation and you see all of the people dressed nicely, all spiffed up, looking sharp and shiny, you realize that they all have such deep and profound stories that don't show on the surface, but they're a very big part of what you as a pastor are involved in. I love to travel. We're looking forward to a mission trip perhaps to Africa next year, a medical mission. I love to scrapbook, so I'm looking forward to a room of my own for scrapping. I like to fly fish. Bob and I enjoy that very much. I'm very proud of having been part of the Arkansas Annual Conference, and will continue to be. But I think the Imagine ministry has come at a time when we really need to have something. And I'm proud of our conference leading other conferences in this direction.